Now we're discussing the specific location patterns, the location spread and distribution, and associated factors. We will discuss the specific ones. We'll start with cotton industries. So keep jotting as I speak. Now, cotton. Cotton is a pure raw material. Pure raw material का मतलब होता है it is neither weight gaining nor is it weight losing. The weight of raw material is equal to the weight of the finished product. Please keep pace. ये सब आपको पता है, so quickly keep writing as I speak. Okay. Cotton is a pure raw material. It is neither weight gaining nor is it weight losing. The weight of raw material is same as the weight of the finished product. So the location of cotton cultivation is not the important factor. There are other factors that are more important. The other factors may, okay, what we require. Now see, traditionally, India has been what? A cotton raw material exporter. So this required ports as a location factor. Because ports jahan par the, they could also bring in lot of cotton together. So traditionally, India has been what? It has been a cotton raw material exporter. So ports are a very important factor. Cotton mills, they are investment intensive. They require investments. So cotton mills, they come up near large urban centers. Okay. So in a way, you can say, in a way, urban centers are the preferred ones. Ek to you need ports for export. You require a lot of investments. It is an investment. Mills are investment heavy. Mills requires a lot of capital. And the capital comes from the urban centers. In a way, urban centers are the preferred locations. And of course, the other factors includes, okay, availability of power. The other factors include availability of cheap labor. और एक important factor other factors में आएगा is coastal humid locations. Said this to you that cotton threads, the cotton yarns, okay, if it is dry type of climate, the threads will break. So what we need to have is humid climate so that the threads remain strong. Okay, and जहाँ पर dry conditions हैं, they tend to go for artificial humidifiers. So coastal humid locations are the preferred locations for setting up of the cotton textile industry, the cotton textile mills. Okay, so more or less, this is the range of factors important for, and the additional advantage, it can be proximity to cotton growing regions. So I'm saying cotton cultivation regions are not the most important one. Why? Because they are pure raw material, they're pure industries. Okay, cotton does not lose weight, cotton does not gain weight. So cotton kahan grow kiya ja raha hai, that is not the most important factor. Because I can transport 1 kg, I still will get 1 kg. But the other factors are more important. Other factors may ports are important, investments are important, urban centers are important, power availability is important, labor is important, and an important climatic factor, which is the coastal humid locations. And I said an additional factor can be proximity to cotton growing regions. Traditionally, okay, cotton raw material export, okay, it has been a cotton raw material export based industries. Okay, that is why we required ports. Okay, that's why a port location is an important location factor. But because cotton has been largely a raw material export based industry. Okay, now all of this. Now, if you look at the history The first cotton mill was near Kolkata, Fort Gloucester, and some books write also as Gloucester, but this was a failure. But the more important development was the development of Mumbai region. The first cotton mill was in near Calcutta, a place called as Fort Gloucester or Fort Gloucester. But the more important development was the development of Mumbai region. Mumbai region में all these advantages were here. All the advantages we talked about here, ports, urban center, investments, labor, coastal locations, all the advantages you can think of that I wanted here are in the areas of Mumbai. So Mumbai has been a port. Mumbai was urban center. It was one of the presidencies. So this gave us capital. This gave us investment. मुंबई में कनेक्टिविटी भी था, रेलवेज डेवलप हो गए थे mid 1800 से. Mumbai has coastal location. Mumbai also is near the traditional cotton growing regions. What was the advantage of Mumbai, and why did Mumbai region become the most important cotton textile region of India? So Mumbai was a port. Mumbai was an urban center. It was the presidency of India. Okay, Madras, Delhi, okay, Madras, Kolkata, okay, and Bombay. Yes. So presidencies tha, तो capital मिल गया. You had rich Parsis, you had rich Gujaratis who brought in lot of investments, okay, and railways. So good connectivity. Bombay always had good connectivity. Coastal location bhi tha. Okay, coastal locations because of the humid factors, cotton growing regions. Other advantage mein, Bombay was able to attract cheap labor because the urban center tha and the first trigger would happen there. These are the reasons. Of course, एक problem tha power. Power was an issue, but what they did was the Bombay region managed by importing coal from Durban in South Africa. So if you look at what happened with Mumbai, this is what happened. Others they attracted cheap labor and power. Power was, I think, the weakest link in the Mumbai region. Power is what they did not have. No dams here as such, no coal fields here to start with. So what Bombay region did was it managed by importing coal from Durban in South Africa. Okay, so if you see this as India's ये वाला map यहाँ पर ये Bombay है. So it imports coal, cotton आपको मिल गया from adjoining areas. This is also along this is the sea route, gateway for Europe. It attracts cotton, it attracts labor. This area already has finances, it is a port, and this Bombay region became a very large industrial region. All the suburb centers of Bombay, talking about, think of Andheri, Bandra, Khar, Kalyan, Goregaon, whatever names you know of the Mumbai suburbs. All of these centers were cotton textile centers. They imported coal from Durban. So Bombay region was the most important region of India for cotton textile center. What are the reasons why Bombay becomes the cotton textile center? Now, the next discussion here, apart from Bombay or Mumbai region, the next important region was the Ahmedabad region. Now, Ahmedabad has all advantages of Bombay. Okay. Ahmedabad also has the cotton cultivation from Gujarat plains. Ahmedabad also has good finances, good connectivity. Okay. It also has proximity with Kandla and earlier with the Karachi port. So we lost Karachi port, but Kandla port तो फिर भी important था. So Ahmedabad region has all the advantages of Mumbai. So as Mumbai region got crowded, Ahmedabad attracted cotton textile. So as the Mumbai region got crowded, we had problems of labor problems, we had problems of strikes, the problems of again pollution, the problems related to expensive infrastructure, land cost increase. So from Bombay, Ahmedabad was a very important center where the shift happened. And all the advantage of Bombay is also there in Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad region, Ahmedabad, Gujarat region. So Surat may be here, but Surat will not have as much as we have in Ahmedabad. So the Ahmedabad region, it also includes. So Ahmedabad, in fact, Ahmedabad is referred to as Manchester of India. And the development of the Kandla port was very, very important. Kandla port was very important. It kind of gave fillip for the expansion of Ahmedabad region. So these are the two principal regions where we had the cotton textile industries. Now, so what we know is the traditional historical centers. This is the Mumbai region and to some extent Ahmedabad. But later, the cotton textile industries shifted out from these towards three main centers. So traditional and historical centers, so Ahmedabad or Mumbai hi rahe. But what happened later, the cotton textile industry shifted out from this. The shift hua hai. Okay, so if this is Kutch, this is Kathiawad. So this is the main center and this has expanded towards this also. So in a way, this becomes the more important center here. But then we had shift. The shift happens towards southern India. The shift happened towards UP and some shift happens towards Punjab. So shift towards southern India. This is Coimbatore, Tirupur, Erode, Salem. In UP, Kanpur, and towards Punjab. So the main center starts with Mumbai region. From Mumbai, one expansion was towards Ahmedabad. And then this whole thing becomes a kind of major cotton complex. And from here towards southern, towards UP Kanpur, towards Punjab. Southern India में ये जो shift रहा है, this shift happened for four reasons. Four reasons. एक तो था the southern market, the Kaveri basin irrigation and cotton cultivation, also related to railways and connectivity after 1930s, and also development of HEP after again 1930s. A very important project was Paikra project way back in 1927 near Ooty. So four reasons why the southern India could develop into a major cotton textile center. The southern market was unexplored. The southern market did not have options because they would keep on shifting and they would keep on depending on Bombay region. Gapna market tha. Kaveri basin irrigation, cotton cultivation. So this was the Okay, new cotton growing areas. The Kaveri Basin became the new cotton growing areas. And railway connectivity, okay, road rails बने 30s के बाद में, HEP development 1930s के बाद में, खासकर the Paikara project. And all of this के साथ में, don't forget the point that Madras, okay, was a presidency and it also was a port. So urban center bhi hai. It's also the center for investments also. And these are the main centers of southern India. 4 reasons why the shift, okay, why the shift happens towards, okay, Kaveri Basin. Coimbatore, Tirupur. In many ways, Coimbatore is the Manchester of the south. World mein, this is the hosiery capital. Coimbatore is hosiery capital. If you know what is hosiery, they are those material for undergarments. Okay, very soft material, undergarments. Okay, yes. So Coimbatore is a kind of a hosiery capital of the world. Why the shift happens towards South India? And the shift towards Kanpur. Now, Kanpur historically has been a railway junction, a major road transport hub of North India. Historically, Kanpur was a very important, transport town, and Kanpur developed as, so what happened was Kanpur break of bulk center. Break of bulk center का मतलब होता है a place, a center, a trading center where it is a main importing center, and from here the containers and the cargo are broken up into smaller packets and distributed. So if you want to access the market of North India, the technique is, okay, you import at Kanpur, and from Kanpur supply to rest of northern India, eastern India. So Kanpur was a kind of the center for this type of trading activities. We call these as break of bulk centers. So centers like Bangkok, Singapore, Shanghai, okay, these are all break of bulk centers. Centers like London, centers, okay, like Rotterdam. So they will import the products from outside, their major trading post, and from there, the big container or the big products are broken up into smaller, okay, packets, and from there they distribute. So Kanpur historically has been the break of bulk center, northern India. So it was a major road transport hub for northern India. So when Kanpur was break of bulk center, so what Kanpur now did was Kanpur started importing cotton and they developed their own cotton mills. So Kanpur is not a cotton growing area. So Kanpur will bring cotton from Deccan region, bring cotton from Gujarat plains, from near Ahmedabad. So jahan cotton grow hota hai, bring it here. And at Kanpur, you can start manufacturing. Like I said, no, the location of the raw material or the cotton cultivation does not matter. Okay, and Kanpur has investments, Kanpur has connectivity, Kanpur has traders, okay, and Kanpur could develop. Okay, so Kanpur, and if you know, Kanpur has a very large thermal power plant. Anybody knows the name of the thermal power plant at Kanpur or near Kanpur? Yes, Panki, Panki, Panki. So Panki thermal power plant, okay, and Kanpur develops into a major, okay, cotton textile center. Okay, the next is Punjab region. Now come towards Punjab. What was the reason for Punjab? Now Punjab ka basic reason hai that because, and this is the more recent development, okay, Punjab became the major cotton growing region. Okay, because of Green Revolution, it became a cotton growing region. Okay, it had irrigation. Because it has cotton, rich farmers hai, so investments bhi hai, they diversified into cotton textile. But remember, Punjab or cotton textile is nowhere compared to Ahmedabad or Bombay region, but they did. Our main centers is around Ludhiana. Ludhiana is, okay, Ludhiana and to some extent even Jalandhar. Okay. These become the centers for cotton. Yes. It has nothing much to add about Punjab. It's primarily because of development of the cotton, Punjab as a cotton growing. But Kanpur में pollution हो गया, land become expensive. In general, cotton textile sector has not been doing well. Okay, so competition comes in, labor problems हो जाते हैं. That's true for Bombay. That's true for Ahmedabad. The whole country right now is not the preferred location for cotton industries anymore. So recent development ये है. This is in Punjab. The recent development is related to the Green Revolution. So Punjab becomes a cotton growing region because of irrigation and because of investments. And thereafter, cotton textile also starts here. Kolkata was the first one. Maybe at that time they did not know how to work out industry. And Kolkata port did not have the advantage of proximity with the west. Okay, आप जो cotton जो भी करोगे ना, you are supplying to the west ultimately to some extent. Okay, and first initiative था, maybe not as developed. And Kolkata start focusing on jute, they start focusing on steel industries, automobile. So cotton, it was not the preferred in. So I think all done here. Cotton ka aapka ho gaya. Now one quick discussion which I will suggest you should know is cotton textile operates under different type of verticals. What are the verticals or what are the subdivisions of cotton industries? एक तो है आपका yarn industry. I hope you know what yarns are. You take cotton and you convert the cotton into threads. Okay. They're not making textile, they're making threads. Yarn industry. Yarn industry in India is very large, and yarn is one of the India's largest exports. So yarn mein, India has a fair amount of dominance. Yarn depends on cotton growing. Okay. Yarn ka matlab hota hai basically the cotton threads. So yarn industry has done well. The second industry is the textile industry. Textile is where you make those sheets of the fabrics. Textile. Textile operates under two categories. There are mills and there are looms. Mills are very, very large. They're kind of integrated units. They are very labor and investment intensive. Mills. Bombay Dyeing Mills हैं, Welspun Mills हैं, Arvind Mills हैं. These are very large cotton textile plants. They have integrated units, the best of technology, the labor, automation. They also have a lot of investments here. Mills require lot of land. So the start was with mills. Looms these are smaller. These are smaller machines. Looms can be of two types. Looms can be power looms and they can be hand looms. Hand looms are more related to traditional industries. Hand looms are more like cottage industries. Hand looms are handicrafts, handicraft based embroidery and the rest. Hand looms in many cases are GI indicators. They are part of our heritage. Now, Banarasi sari, Kanji Varam sarees. We have the Odisha patterns. The Paitani sarees. The hand looms हैं. The gamucha very popular in Assam and Odisha and Bengal. Chicken curry, yes. The hand looms based. So power looms, they are machines, but not as large as the mills. And the third vertical, the garment industry, garment and fashion, where shirts and trousers and the accessories, whatever you have, the garment and the fashion. So if you look at the industry, this is more or less like this. India mein, the yarn sector is fine, but of course it faces competition from other cotton growing areas. And other cotton growing areas mein, we have Pakistan, we have Egypt, some amount of cotton in Ukraine also. So cotton growing regions. US is a very important center for cotton. So it does face competition, but yarn continues to be, China, of course, yes. But yarn continues to be a very important say export of India. Mills में, okay, ये जो mills हैं, the mills, they have become unprofitable. They've got very high amount of sickness, industrial sickness. They have labor problems. There are problems of land. They are mostly, and mills, they are dying out. The very few large companies are able to afford mills. Most mills are now getting over. Okay. Now, in handlooms, this also has declined. Now, for handlooms require very high amount of government patronage. You require the government to support the policies, and this requires some kind of concerted policy to support the smaller handlooms. उसके बिना ये collapse कर जाएगा. Okay. It is very, very labor intensive. Skilled labor से of course है. So handloom, unfortunately, if without patronage, this will collapse. India mein, the power loom is one area which has been doing well, and we need to encourage more and more power looms. Power looms are more efficient, they have less sickness. They do face competition from the other centers also, but power looms is kind of the future of India more or less. Now, ये जो third component है, this is the emerging and the future, garment and fashion. Garment and fashion, you actually are tailoring and the rest. Now, garment fashion faces very stiff competition from Bangladesh, Indonesia, Cambodia. So this is a sector that needs some additional. India is there, but again, garment and fashion, India is not known for as much as, so China, of course. So ये सारे countries में the main advantage is cheap labor, okay, far more cheaper than what India has. So this more or less is the snapshot of the cotton textile industries and which sector under cotton textile are doing better. In fact, remember that cotton textile is one of the largest employers in India. As a sector, it is one of the largest employers in India. If you look at the entire chain, starting from cotton textile, cotton growing, cotton ginning, cotton yarn and spinning, the mills, the power loom, the garment industry, the garment sector, it's a very large employer. And most employers here, employees here are semi-skilled. So this is an important industry to invest in. So mills, I said they are very, very large. Mills are very, very large. They're integrated units. They're labor-intensive units. They require a lot of land. So this type of units are increasingly getting unprofitable. Unprofitable, high industrial sickness. There are labor problems, investment problems. The mills, they are largely dying. Most mills of India have shut down. Few industries. In fact, most of the mill owners have diversified out. Talk of Piramal Group, Reliance Group. Okay. They have diversified out. Mills is not what they are operating as the core industries today. Okay. The cotton textile is one of the most popular industries they have been asking in the examination.